Bender's Cafe. And a couple of days ago, I went live and shared a story about being in a thrift shop with my partner, and she pointed to a piece of jewelry in the jewelry case. And as I looked to see what she was pointing at, what I saw instead was a silver pin that I myself had made 30 years ago, and how that was an amazing find and also kind of a sign from my mom, who just passed about a week ago. And I'll put the link to that video below so you can check that out if you want to hear the rest of that story. But part of that story, or adjacent to that story, that I said I would share was finding a bunch of mugs in the thrift store that I was feeling drawn to and wanted to buy, and thought, oh, maybe I could sell them. And I thought, really, you really don't need anything else to do and any more things to sell and whatever. And then suddenly just kind of plopped into my mind, like put into my mind, was this thought that I could actually sell them as a fundraiser for a new connection, Tony Ray, who has been helping to rescue and reconnect cats and dogs with their owners when 2 years ago in the wildfire that we survived. She doesn't live in this community but nearby. But after we had this enormous wildfire and pretty much all of the town of Blue River was decimated, and we lost all our belongings in our home and everything, Tony started coming upriver and coming into the community looking for cats and dogs who had not, their people hadn't been able to find them or take them with, and was live trapping them and feeding them and frequently reuniting them with their people. And she's been doing this kind of work ever since. Maybe she was doing it before, I don't know. But she did such a great service to our community and continues to come up and rescue dogs and cats who've been abandoned or discarded or lost or whatever. My mother and I met Tony a couple of weeks ago. She was somebody that we actually hired part time to be one of Mom's caregivers in what turned out to be just the really very end days of Mom's life. Mom and I both were really taken with Tony. Her energy, her generosity, her presence was really wonderful. And her first night working for Mom was just shortly after Mom had gotten out of the hospital and was told that she was dying, and was came home to our home on hospice. And even in that condition, having just spent the most of 5 weeks, 6 weeks in the hospital, what she said to Tony was that when she was feeling better, that she wanted to give back and that she wanted to do something and help out and contribute. And at the time, thinking that Mom was maybe going to still be with us for some months, we talked about her desire to do some photography and perhaps, taking photographs of the animals that she was rescuing, or we didn't know what. But clearly, Mom's heart was with Tony's activities and Tony's volunteer efforts, and she clearly wanted to contribute. And so, standing in this thrift store, looking at these mugs, I have a couple of them here, um, and thinking that they were adorable and somebody would like them and I would like to take them home, and who needed any more, and then having this idea, just this little bubble burst in my head, just felt like an all around good winning situation, because it honors my mom's desire to contribute and to be of service, and it honors our connection in our love of thrift store shopping and treasure hunting. It will help Tony pay for all the costs of caring for, adopting, and trying to foster out uh, the animals that she's been rescuing, cat litter and food and pads and who knows what, and just the gas coming up, driving up, and all that stuff. And some folks are going to get some fun, cool mugs at a good price, and also feel that they are contributing and helping in the community and adding to we're just everybody gets to put a piece in and also get something back and feel good. And so it just felt like my mom just sort of reaching down and saying, "Look, look, look, let's do this." And so not only does it feed my treasure hunting habit, but it hits a very deep place of love and connection with my mother, even though she is not here on this plane. Whew. Okay. Crying is good, and I think crying in public is also good because, it's real, we do it. And so I encourage you, if you're ever somewhere and the feelings overcome you, go for it. Nothing wrong with a little bit of crying. Anyway, um, that's really just kind of what I wanted to share. And just in the bigger picture that, magic abounds. And the more that you can be present and aware and in the moment and out of struggle and out of being buried by life, which is not to say not feeling it, right? You're feeling it, you're acknowledging it, you're knowing what's going on, but you're not owned by it, right? You're moving through it, you're moving with it. The more you'll notice the little twinkles and whispers and nudges and coincidences and serendipities and maybe even those who have passed uh, whispering to you or pointing something out, putting something in front of you to find. And so I encourage you to also listen and look and find the love and the coincidence and the serendipity in your life. And I will post in the message here the link to that other story I told about how just shortly after that I found a pin that I had made 30 years ago in this same thrift store a couple hours after the mugs. And also, I will post a link to the group that I created to where I am posting the mugs. Sorry, this one's mine, not for sale at the moment. But where you can buy those mugs. And I'm mostly promoting it locally so that I can just, deliver them. But hey, there are ways to ship it. And so if you see something that you like and you would like it, let's talk and I'll figure out how much it would cost to get it to you and we'll do that. So thank you for listening. And yeah, I guess I just would also encourage you to allow the creativity to flow. And if there's something that you want to do or something that you want to support or create, uh, there are unlimited ways to accomplish what you want. Just be open and you can just wonder what might come about, what might the universe show you, and let the magic happen.